Hills. Good afternoon. I am I am tired. I know you guys can probably hear this sound in the background. It'll go away in a second. It's the air conditioning in the hotel, and I don't really have um, um, I don't really have the ability to go someplace to sit someplace else. So you're gonna hear this noise for a second. I am going to. I'm looking on my Facebook so I can make sure that I'm connecting with everyone, knowing the names of people who are joining. I had to look up for a second and make sure that I was actually live. Imagine if I had a production crew. You wouldn't see me doing all this stuff, right? Because the production crew would manage it, and I would just be sitting there talking. Like, Kai, do your thing. We got this. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I wonder if I'm going to have a hard time with the. I had a hard time today with the comments. I think I might. All right. Well, if I don't see your comments today, I apologize. It will be another one of those days. This is what happens when you come live on from the road. So tea time with Kai on the road. There's a lot going on. There is a lot going on. Good morning, Suli. Good morning. Okay, good. I see your comments. Good. Yay, 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 yay. There's so much going on right now. And this is, oh my goodness. Good morning, Steve. Good morning. You guys are going to hear some noise, some air. Probably you hear it. I'm assuming you hear it. But it will go away in a second. It's the air conditioning in this hotel room. And I'm sitting next to it. So as soon as it goes off, it'll be better, hopefully. Hopefully it's not too bad on your end at this point. Anyway, there's a lot going on right now. I'm watching people's Facebook feeds and seeing all of the information that's posted out there, all of the crap that has happened in 2020. And it's so interesting to me because 2020 is the year of the new and improved Chris, my son. And it happens to be the same year that all the world has gone to shit, basically. All hell has broken loose. Isn't that crazy? Like, haven't you heard people say, okay, well, when all hell breaks loose, all hell has broken loose. This is what it looks like when all hell breaks loose. So we lost Chadwick Boseman. I don't know if I'm saying Boseman, might not be saying his name right. We lost the Black Panther. That's who we lost. Powerful role that he played. And it's so interesting as I was looking at all of everybody's posts. Sorry, hold on. The boy is outside the hotel room. Hello? Oh, okay. All right, I'm coming. Okay, fine. Sorry, hold on. Let me let the boy in the room. Hold on. Okay. He took the we were in the in the room.
You should tell them how crazy it is that no one downstairs is wearing a mask.
Oh wow.
Or pretty much anyone. Like
in the lobby of the hotel?
Yeah, there's like I'm guessing there's some sort of wedding or event going on, and there's like an immense amount of people without a mask.
Oh wow. I'm gonna have to report that. I'm gonna have to ask them to do something about that. So he just had to go downstairs to get my medicine for me that I had left in the car, and he said that there's nobody, that everybody that's downstairs in the lobby, there's a wedding going on.
Let me get it right. There are some people,
and
like,
people are not wearing a mask
there and stuff, and also some people who are smart or just have a brain. And
so the people are not wearing their masks. And I need the hotel to get on that because I'm sending my son down there, and you have a mask ordinance in this hotel, so get on it. Anyway, so I'm watching everybody's feed about losing the Black Panther, losing Chadwick Boseman, or Boseman is how I'm gonna Boseman. Thank you, Chadwick Boseman. I want to call him Boss Man. That's what he is for real. He did that thing, man. And everybody is hurt, of course, rightfully so. You're in the red state, Kai. They don't wear masks. Okay, you know what? You're right. Thank you, Steve. I'm in a red state. I'm going to leave that alone. They do know, actually, though. Actually, there is a mandate. There is a statewide.
I think.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to go out and
there's a statewide mandate that masks are required in all public places. But the fact that you are reminding me that I am in a red state means that once again.
What's a red state?
Good morning, Bernadette. Oh, I'm sorry. I did see you, Bernadette. I mean, I see you up there, but yes, you're on YouTube by yourself right now. That's fine. I can see your comments, but you're not going to see everybody else's comments, even though I do read them most of the time. So join from either place.
Well,
a red state is a primarily Republican state. So the thing about it is,
Republicans aren't idiots, right?
I know all Republicans are not idiots, but the majority of them, any of them who vote for Trump, are idiots. Good morning, Bernadette. So reminding me that I'm in a red state will make me not go downstairs and say anything. Will make me just mind my business. Okay. I'm going to mind my Black-owned business right here. My own Black business, my Black-owned business, my Black self-preservation business. That's what I'm going to mind right here.
Black one too many times in the past 30 seconds.
And what I'm going to do is write a letter. Just like Marriott is getting an email from me, Hilton will get an email. That's how we will deal with that. Self-preservation first. So anyway, I'm seeing everybody's post about Chadwick Boseman, and you know, the only thing, and how sad we are, and our tea timer Catrice is really having a hard time. She posted it on her Facebook page that she's not okay. And you know what I thought about is the only thing that comes to mind when I heard, or came to mind when I heard about him dying, is first of all, like, no, wait, what? No, right. Once all of that passed, once all of the shock and no, can't be, once all of that passed, right? Then immediate thought,
the realization that there will never be another Black.
Shut up! I'm not talking to you. Okay, so I'm back. Got to stay out my business. So, one too many times. I warned him yesterday. From now on, I'm just going to start swinging at you. You want to be a fool? You're not about to go into your teens acting damn fool around this place. You're not about to do that. I've had enough. Y'all know. These kids start feeling themselves. They lose their mind. They start feeling themselves. You let them play. Then they start playing too much. They don't know how to dial it down. So you know what you got to do? You got to pick up something to throw it at them. If you don't like that, turn me in, damn it. Turn me in. Let somebody come take this kid. Turn me in. Y'all know I'm playing. Can't come take my baby. Kobe Bryant said it best. The mistake we all make is that we think we have time to spare. Yeah. And this is the thing. But what I keep thinking about, what the immediate thought, now that I can refocus because he has gathered himself and gotten himself together because he knows his mama is not playing anymore. Not playing anymore, okay? So the thing that comes to my mind is this man was suffering with colon cancer. While we're seeing him on screen, good morning, Stace. While we're seeing him on screen talking about Wakanda, he is suffering from colon cancer. He is literally dying while he is giving us life. And now we're looking at his death and saying, oh my God, this world, this year has gone to shit. I can't take this. You can't take it? This man was literally dying as he was giving you life without an inkling of a sign, with none of us knew. Now, yeah, everybody in his circle probably knew, but we didn't know. We couldn't see on screen that there was anything wrong with him. As far as we knew, everything was right with him. Everything. We fell in love, lots of us fell in love with the Black Panther movie. Oh no, with the Black Panther. And I'm putting air quotes because yes, he was the Black Panther, but it was really him. It was him. We fell in love with the Black Panther because of his portrayal of the Black Panther, because of all of it represented for us, right? All of it. We latched on to it. And he played that powerful role so beautifully while he was literally dying. And I look at that and I say, you know what? There is a lot going on. And the only thing that I can think about is that man had a strength that many of us do not. And anytime that you are feeling like this world is going to shit, because it really is. But anytime you are feeling like this world is going to shit, I need you to pull from your Black Panther strength. I need you to tap into that Black Panther strength, but not the Black Panther strength for real, because that's a fictional character. I need you to tap into the strength of the man that was the Black Panther, that made the Black Panther for all of us. Don't mourn him and let that take you further into the hole that you were already in because of the coronavirus, because of loss of job, because of unemployment, because of Black lives mattering but not mattering to some, and not others, mattering to some and not others. Don't dig yourself deeper into that hole because, oh my God, 2020 is horrible. Yeah, it was, but dig into his strength. Tap into his strength. Honor the man that was the Black Panther. Find that strength in yourself. Find your own ability to persevere with the knee on your neck, with the virus knocking at your door, with unemployment making you stuck at home, challenging you. Find that strength. Don't wear your emotions. He is the embodiment of my grandmother and parents, and everybody's teaching me as I was growing up that everybody doesn't need to know how you feel. In the sense of when you're pissed at one person or when you've had a bad day, you don't need to wear that. That isn't what you should present to the world. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't talk about it to somebody. You probably should talk about it to somebody so that you can get through whatever painful emotions that you are suffering from. Yes, you should do that. But everybody doesn't need to know you're suffering. The clerk at the grocery store doesn't need to know how bad of a day you had before you walked into that grocery store. The people you work with don't need to know the arguments you had with your husband at home before you left the house, before you showed up to work. They don't need to know that. That's not their business. You don't need to wear it. You need to be like Chadwick Boseman. You need to shine through everything that you're going through. Shine, man. This world, 2020 is not the year. It is not. But this shall pass. We shall get through this. There's no choice but to get through it. Now, how we get through it, how we navigate it, tap into the strength of Chadwick Boseman. That's what you do. When you feel the world crushing down on you, think about that man suffering from colon cancer, getting up on screen in between his chemotherapy. And those of you who have not had chemotherapy, like me, still do understand, because probably have had someone in their lives who's had chemotherapy, or at least you've read about it. That stuff makes you sick, makes you lethargic, makes you fatigued. Chemotherapy is not like, oh, let me take my pain pill and go on about my day. I've watched someone die from cancer. I've had someone else in my life die from cancer. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw part of it. We have a tea timer that's come to the table that has survived cancer and was going through the treatments just as recently as the beginning of this year, the end of last year, beginning of this year. She joined us at the table. Remember, she joined us at the table to talk to us about mental health during our mental health week. And she was talking about how we had to push the tea time conversation later in the day because of her circumstances, because of dealing with the medication and how hard it is for her to wake up in the morning and to get going. So we adjusted our time in order to accommodate her come to the table. And she came to the table. This man was going through it, basically, going through it in a way that none of us would ever go through it, and we don't ever want to go through it. We're complaining about our world. I'm complaining about the folks downstairs not having a mask on. Maybe I need to back it up. Back it up. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. I'm complaining about my back hurting. Yeah, that's what my son had to go get my medicine for. Like, dude, I left the medicine in the car. Go get my pain medicine, please. Him busting. Like, you know what? I tell you what. I'm taking this medication so I can go with you to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, if you want to complain about having to go get mommy's medicine, then we don't have to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I can lay in the bed all day. That's fine with me. It's a lot going on right now. What are we going to do about that? It seems like more and more and more is stacked on top of more and more and more. More shit is stacked on top of the shit that was already there. I don't see roses growing out of this shit. I don't see it. And then I have somebody on my Facebook news feed, posted a negative something about Biden. And then people were commenting about that negative, whatever it was he posted, I don't remember. And he says, I'm not voting for Trump. I'm voting for Biden. Then why are you posting negative stuff about Biden? What's the point of that? That seems like that's counterintuitive. If you post something negative about Biden on your news feed, then I would rightfully assume that you support Trump. Why would you be supporting Biden with your vote, but posting negative stuff about him? Come on, man. Let's have more sense than that. We are at war. This is an all-out war. You got a white boy, 17 years old. Sorry, let me say that differently. You have a white man, 17 years old, walking down the street, who shoots 3 people and then walks past the cops with his hands in the air like, I'm good. They might as well high-five him as he walked past. And everything's okay because that's a minor. Now, I'll tell you what. So I'm thinking about this. First of all, no, that's a grown-ass man. That is a grown-ass man. Now, my 17-year-old ain't a grown-ass man, but that one's a grown-ass man. Mm-mm. If he is a minor, he needs to be tried as an adult. And because his mother drove him to the site with the guns, his mother needs to be tried as an accomplice to murder. You have him that should be charged with first-degree murder, and she needs to be charged with something associated with that. And I hope you're proud of your son now. That'd be like me dropping my children off to go loot someplace. What the hell? What are we doing as parents if we are teaching our children to go out there and murder people, to dropping them off? Like, here, son, here's your gun. You ready? Like you're packing them for school. Like you packed their lunch. I'm handing my children lunch in the morning to go to school. You handing your son a gun. Talking about, here, son, you ready? The hell? Oh my goodness, y'all. How are you guys feeling this morning? How are you guys feeling this morning, midday? Am I not seeing comments because y'all not talking? Y'all just listening? Is it one of those days? Y'all checked out when I started beating my kid? It's one of those days. It's just one of those days, and I'm tired. But I slept well. I got here to Twinsburg. I got here to Twinsburg, Ohio, and we were supposed to go. I had said I was going to go hiking on the way to this location. But what happened was I was thinking of the wrong place, and so the wrong national forest. So when I said yesterday I'm going to go to Allegheny, I didn't realize that Allegheny was 2 hours in the opposite direction. Well, 2 hours in the opposite direction from where I was coming. Yeah. Good morning, Chelsea Macadocious. So I didn't realize that it was 2 hours in the opposite direction. So when I got on the road, I was so tired because I had not slept in 2 days. I didn't sleep well the first night or second night at the Residence Inn that I was in Pittsburgh. So I was very tired, very sleepy. Wasn't sure if I see your tardy slip. Thank you, darling. I wasn't sure if I didn't have 2 hours of driving in me. I wasn't sure I had an hour and a half of driving in me, but I need to get on the road. And I said, okay, well, if I get sleepy, I'll pull over. So, or, if I feel like too sleepy to drive, and I know that's crazy. I was very tired, but I wasn't sleepy at that moment when I got on the road. I was not being dangerous. I'm very careful about that. So I got on the road. I was fine. Maybe about the last 15 minutes, I started feeling like, maybe the last 30 minutes. But then I got my sunflower seeds. Once I started eating my sunflower seeds, I immediately am alert and ready. And so, okay, great. So I made it here. But I knew I did not have 2 hours of a drive or an hour and a half of a drive to Allegheny National Forest, or an hour's drive, and then 2 hours back to the hotel. So I didn't do that. When I got to the hotel, I started asking a woman about what is there to do around here. She's like, oh, there's Cuyahoga National Park or Cuyahoga Park or something. I'm like, that's the national park I was trying to go to, not Allegheny. No wonder. So I don't have to go 2 hours away from my hotel. Today we will go to the Cuyahoga Park. We're going to go to Brandywine Falls, and we're going to see the waterfalls. So we'll get a short little hike in. But I was going to do it yesterday when I came into the hotel. It started raining. I needed to take a nap, and 3 hours later, I was still in the bed. Like, I'm so tired. Anyway, how are you guys feeling? What's going on with you this morning? I'm kind of all over the place. I'm getting irritated with folks who's posting on Facebook and then getting mad when you comment on their stuff. Like, why post it? I'm laughing at my friend from high school. Like, what, dude? Dang, was you getting your pennies in the wild over that? Look, you posted it. So funny to me when people post stuff on Facebook, other people comment. So you don't like the comment. The author doesn't like the comment, and now you get mad. Well, stop. I'm done commenting on this. Then erase it. Do you know it's going to keep popping up on somebody's feed who maybe didn't see it the first time? It's going to keep popping up. So people are going to keep commenting on your statement, on your post. So if you don't want any more comments, first of all, if you don't want comments about something you write, don't write it. That's what this is. I had one time had somebody tell me that I need to stay out of their conversation. Your conversation post popped up on my feed, so it's not private. There's nothing private about that. You want me to stay out of the conversation, don't put it out there. Why you getting mad at people commenting on you, on your public post? Guys, I'm tired. I'm out here. I'm doing my vacation thing. I got a son that's getting irritated with me wanting to go get my medicine. I'm like, dude, look, we ain't got to do any of this. None of this. The world is gone to shit. Sounds like a great day for a hike in nature in light of everything. Ooh, that news about Chadwick was tough. It does show us how much of an impact we can have by how we choose to live. Right. Man, it was so tough. And all I can think about is, wow, that man. Wow. I can only imagine what he was mentally going through when he would go home and he was putting on this show for us, and then he has to go home and deal with his failing health. That's a strength, man. That is a strength. I want to be like that when I grow up. I don't want to wallow in the pity of my pain. I want to be like that. I want to have that strength. I want to put on my best self for everybody else. I want to put on my best self for everybody else, and then go home and deal with my stuff, with my family and privately. Everybody doesn't need to know my business. Everybody doesn't need to know my suffering. I'm not suffering right now. I'm just saying. Look, I'm about to get comfortable, y'all. And then there were the marches. There was a march in DC yesterday. You guys looking at, I mean, it's hard to think that there are people out there who are Christian, who are proud of somebody who walks into a crowd and kills people. What's Christian? What's Christian about that? See, Black people have known that white folks were crazy. All of our lives, we have known that. And my white sister, no, I ain't talking about her. You know I ain't talking about you, Bernadette. And Jenna, I'm not talking about you, but y'all people got to talk about them. We have known that y'all was fucked up. And I love you. I'm not talking about you. But we have known that y'all was fucked up. We have known it our whole entire lives. We have been prepared for it our whole entire lives. The way we smile, the way we're extra polite to you. Y'all fucked up. We don't do that because we're scared of you. We do that because y'all are fucked up. I don't know what kind of mental illness raises you to believe that it is okay. Your whole family, generations of your family are dysfunctional and fucked up. Is that Kellyanne Conway? Is that Kellyanne Conway, whose husband is a part of the Lincoln Project, which is against Trump? She is lying for Trump, and her daughter doesn't want to be bothered with any one of them. Her daughter's like, I'm done with both of y'all crazy, fucked up white folks. Can you imagine sitting at their dinner table? How is it that your husband is against Trump, publicly so, fighting to not reelect Trump? You are lying for Trump, and your daughter's like, this ain't my family. This ain't my family. We don't have to believe the way our parents believe. But I'm proud of that girl if the reason she's wanting to leave that family is because of their views. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy madness in my household. But that's what we think about y'all. Y'all think a lot about us. You think a lot of negative stuff about us. But I tell you what. You guys are giving us stereotypes, but we are understanding truth. I'm sorry. It's not a stereotype. It's the truth about the white American population as a whole. As a whole. This is how we were raised, to always preserve ourselves first when we are coming into a room full of white people. When we are coming into a city that is white people. When I'm coming to a hotel and I see all white people. Do you look the same? Do you know how scared I am when I walk into a room that's only white folks? That's not comfortable for me at all. In any way, shape, or form. I don't even want to drive through a state that is Republican. I don't even want to drive to go visit my niece in New Jersey from Michigan, because that means I'd have to drive across Pennsylvania, through the middle of Pennsylvania. I'm not doing that. How realistic that fear is, I don't know, but I'm not doing it. I'd rather err on the side of paranoia and be alive than to be foolish and think there's nothing to be worried about and end up dead or hurt in some other way. And someone else posted, what have Black people done to you to make you so angry with us? I want to know too. What did we do to you? If it's Black on Black crime, how does that affect you? If you dislike us so much because of Black on Black crime, why would that cause you to dislike me? It's not Black on white crime that you're mad at, it's Black on Black crime. So you're not about to get hurt. What you scared of? Things are crazy, but imagine being a slave, getting your ass beat or raped every day. Relative to that experience, present day challenges ain't shit. Stand up and run over this ignorance and don't look back. We got things to do. Yeah, comparatively speaking, no, it's not that bad. But it's still not that good either, Steve. Right? And it's not enough of us standing up to run over it. It's not enough. Because you still got some of us who's talking about, I'm not for the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party doesn't like Black people. What do they like? Does the Republican Party? Does the Republican Party like Black people? And let's be clear. So people want to talk about the origins of the Republican Party, the origins of the Democratic Party, and that the Democratic Party used to be, and some people say still is, but used to be against Black people, let's say it that way. And the Republican Party wasn't. Things change. People change. Things change. The Republican Party is not what it used to be. And the Democratic Party also is not what it used to be. So yes, the Democratic Party appeals to Black people, and a lot of Black people now are saying they just automatically expect our vote. Okay, yes. What has the Republican Party done for you? No. What has the Republican Party done for you? Name it. Name it. When Bush was president, I didn't like Bush. I didn't like some of his policies, but I didn't feel dangerously afraid of Bush or where he would take this country. Now, he may not have been doing for this country what I would personally want 100% of the time. But I was not afraid that he was going to absolutely ruin this country. Turn it into a dictatorship. Ruin our democracy. I was not afraid of that. When Reagan was in office, I was not afraid of that. There was a reason Harriet Tubman had to shoot some so she could free others. Yeah. And it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for us because it's being used against us that we are standing up for them. And for me, it's not about party. It's not about what party you're in, because there are Republicans who are voting for Biden. I don't care about the party system. And if you look at, I don't care in the sense that if I didn't like the Democratic candidate and I liked the Republican candidate, I would vote for the Republican candidate. I'm not married in that way. So blindly married to a party that I'm going to vote for somebody that I think is absolutely wrong for the country just because they are part of my party. I'm not doing that. And if you look at the origins of the Republican Party, the origins of the Democratic Party, you look at what, I studied public administration. I studied conservatism. I studied radical. I studied liberal politics. I studied all of that. And at its core, I am a mix of all of it. There are some of my beliefs that lean more towards the Republican. There are some of my beliefs that lean more towards radical, more towards liberal, more towards what the Democratic Party stands for, right? Conservative, liberal, and radical. Generally speaking, none of us are all of anything. We are all a mix of all of those things, generally speaking. We may lean more heavily towards one than the other. But in general, if you are a well-rounded person, you are likely a mix of all of those things. And at their origin, there was nothing discriminatory by race of any one of those things. But it's what the party has shaped into at this point. Not what they used to be 20 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 20 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 6 months ago. And if you are the same person you were 20 years ago, there's something sad about that. No growth, no development. That's sad. So I wouldn't tell everybody. I wouldn't claim it. There's so much going on. We don't have time for infighting. Somebody's saying that, if we elect Biden and Kamala, they're going to push for a national mask mandate. Good. Maybe if there was a national mask mandate in March or April or May or June or July, we wouldn't be where we are at over 180,000 deaths from coronavirus. Good. Our defense is to be united, and we are not united effing states. No, we're not united. Each do their own thing. I'm driving through 3 different states. Each different state has a different set of rules. I'm in Pennsylvania. The swimming pool at the hotel was open. It was an outdoor pool. That probably has something to do with it. I'm in Ohio right now. The swimming pool's closed. The fitness center is closed. In Pennsylvania, the fitness center was open. They just cleaned it up in between. 2 people allowed in at a time, and they cleaned all the equipment down once you left the room. I didn't go in there and do it because it was still too much for me, but still it was open. This hotel in Ohio was like, no, it's closed. There's no restriction. It's closed. So you got people driving from one state to the next state. Look, I could go from Pennsylvania to Ohio in an hour and a half. So I'm going to bring my coronavirus from Pennsylvania and drop it off in Ohio, and then I'm going to head to Michigan and drop it off there too. But if you have the same set of rules everywhere, I wouldn't be bringing my coronavirus from Maryland to Pennsylvania to Ohio to Michigan. I don't have coronavirus. I'm just saying. The dumbing down of America started with reality TV. Ooh, I can't read. Look, the dumbing down of America, I can't read. The dumbing down of America started with reality TV. The chickens have come home to roost. Not a single bullet or bomb was dropped to bring us down. Chelsea Mack says, Steve, what do you mean? What part of that didn't you understand, Chelsea? The chickens have come to roost. Okay, so Steve, explain that not in metaphors, so she understands what you're saying. So I think what he's saying, Chelsea, and Steve will correct me along the way if I'm not interpreting this the right way. What he is saying that this is not a war that other countries have not come to this state, come to the United States and destroyed us. We have destroyed ourselves. We have destroyed ourselves. The reality TV part of it, that is a contribute to the dumbing down of America. People just so focused on, but look, hold on. The reality TV isn't really even reality though, for real, right? A lot of that is scripted reality. A lot of that is not real. And I guess when people are becoming more interested in what's going on in the Kardashians' lives than what's going on in the world, there's a problem. Reality TV shows the worst part of the people's lives. But people are latching on to it, right? That's the problem with it, is that you're seeing, and it's the dumbest part. Yeah, look, 16 and pregnant, come on. And it's not just showing the worst part of people's lives or worst parts of the US, right? It's not just showing the worst, it's glorifying it. That's the problem with reality TV, in my opinion. It's glorifying the scandal, glorifying the drama, glorifying the infighting, glorifying teen pregnancy, glorifying lying and cheating, and glorifying all of that stuff. So then more and more people are seeing that as it's normalizing and glorifying is what I would say. I didn't grow up watching that mess. Oh, okay, so good. I didn't grow up watching that mess at all. Folks looking up to a 16-year-old is pregnant. Look, it's been 16-year-olds pregnant in the Black community for years. Nobody celebrated them. They were talked about as teen parents. Now all of a sudden you got a TV talk about a TV show 16 and pregnant, and it's glorious. And these people are getting paid big money to be on TV because they're 16 and pregnant. That show specifically pissed me the hell off. Just so you know, I was not pregnant at 16, I'm just saying. I do know some people who were. They got talked about. Young mom. And now, I had my son when I was 20 years old, and people looking at me like I was crazy. But now you glorifying 16 and pregnant. For California, 20-year-old pregnancy, that is crazy. But for Missouri, it ain't so crazy. It's normal. It's normal, y'all. I was normal. I remember my Chelsea Welsie came to me one day when we moved to California. She came home from school and she was like, Mom, my friend's parents are old enough to be my grandmother. Like, yeah, I know, baby. It's a different world out here. It's a different world. Her friend's parents are so old. But you have people believe in the BS. You have Trump out there with ads of destruction and fires and everything else, saying it's going to be that the life under Biden is dangerous. The filming of the fires and all the unrest, that's during his pregnancy, but that's what we're supposed to fear under a Biden presidency? You got this footage from your presidency. Look, I wish that man was pregnant. From your presidency.
That would be good.
But yeah, that would be funny. Let that man get pregnant. You know what? It's a crazy world. It's crazy. And we lost Chadwick Boseman. And we lost Kobe Bryant.
Mom?
And who else did we lose this year? Honey Boo Boo viewers live in red states. Love and hip hop viewers say their vote won't matter.
Mom, someone on the Portland Trailblazers died.
Just recently?
Yeah.
Oh, and then the boy just told me someone on the Portland Trailblazers. I can't speak this morning, y'all. I'm tired. Trailblazers team. Is that basketball?
Yeah.
A basketball team just died. They were old, but I never thought we were the odd ones out. I thought they were. And all my friends envy me about how young you were compared to their old parents since you were more active. Well, yeah, Chelsea, you wouldn't have thought that they were the odd ones out because of where you came from. That was the norm. And we had just gotten off the boat not too long before. I know your friends envy you. So you know what? Your friends envy you because your mom was young and beautiful and fabulous, and acting. And their parents were old farts. Cliff Robinson from the Trailblazers. He just died. Okay, thank you. Just so the record, see, a calm and intelligent participation in tea time is welcome, but all the rest of that stuff will get you hurt.
I don't know.
Don't start. I'm talking to you. So we've lost a lot, but guess what? We lose every year. People die, and people, that's normal. That's normal. And our lives have to go on. I think this year we're so in tune to all of the loss because we've lost so much, and coronavirus has us on lockdown, has all of our worlds turned upside down. This Trump presidency has all of our worlds turned upside down. These shootings of black people unarmed, the shooting of the guy 7 times in the back, I am surprised and happy that he is still alive. Paralyzed and yet handcuffed to the bed. What the hell kind of sense does that make? Where is he gonna go? How is he going to go anywhere? You think he about to roll out the bed and drag himself with his arms? He hasn't built up his arm muscles like that yet. Now, if later maybe, once he builds up his arms because he doesn't have the use of his legs, maybe he might be able to pull himself across the room. But right now, probably not. Why does he need handcuffs? He can't move. That song, Animal Like Me. Who sings that song? That's what they think of us, y'all, as animals. Got a chain, an animal. And in all of that, I still feel good. My stomach hurts. My stomach does not do well with me traveling. It does not. I don't get the proper sleep. I don't eat right. My stomach is not happy with me when I travel. I work through it. And I'm sitting here, my plans are changing. We're going to talk about our financial well-being again. I think we need to revisit that conversation. Because what I feel good about is today, if my plans have to change for me to stay longer, whatever the case is, I am able to do it. And I have come a long way, a very long way. And it takes a lot of perseverance. It takes a lot of ignoring everything around you and paying attention to everything around you at the same time. Chelsea says, that's true, and their parents were jealous of you and your confidence. I remember they all used to use me as an example for when their kid did something wrong. While I was there, like, your mom wouldn't be okay with this or that, would she? And what would you say, Chelsea? Hell no, my mom would beat me. Chelsea's probably, no, not at all. No, no. And Chelsea's friends used to know. They used to know. Don't come over here acting like that. Miss Kai ain't down for that. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. The only ones who I like to this day are the ones who came over understanding. You better come in this house showing a different level of respect. All that mess that you used to out there with your parents, I ain't your mama. So, I ain't your mama. I love that. I love that those kids were scared of me. I was not their friend, and I'm not your mama. Meaning, your mama may take that, but I'm not. Come in here acting like that. Excuse me, where are you? And Chelsea would drive off in her wheelchair. I'd reply honestly, either you wouldn't care or yes, you would. Wait, I would be okay with it or I wouldn't care. Wait a minute, that didn't help their cause. They probably thought your mama was really mean because you were a polite child and their children were little wild children. That's how Kennedy's friends are too. I'll be super sweet as long as you're doing right. Exactly, Bernadette, exactly. I'm the best person for you to be around. Come on, let's go. Let's do this. Excuse me, hold up. What did you just say? Oh, we ain't friends like that. Excuse me. No. Talk to your mama that way. Don't talk to me that way. And I would never ask kids if their mother would accept that because I knew most likely the answer would have been yes. So I used to tell them, look, this is not your mama's house. That's not how we do things in this house. That may be how you do things in your house, but that's not how we do things in this house. Anyway, I wasn't trying to help their cause. I'd be honest, because sometimes they were going overboard. Yeah, they probably were because they're raising these badass kids and they want to reel them in after they're already bad, after they're already disrespectful, after it's already, it's too late. Don't try to reel them in using Chelsea as an example. Chelsea's polite because Chelsea was raised that way from the get-go. We didn't start teaching politeness. We didn't start teaching, honor and respect at 12. No, we started at 0. That's where we started. Baby crying because they want to eat. No, you know what? I'm not ready to feed you. I'm just kidding. They ate on demand, okay? I'm just kidding. I didn't starve my babies, not until they got older. Anyway, guys, it's a lot going on. Mind yourselves. Mind your mental health. Keep your mental space sacred. Keep it sacred. Don't tap into, don't feed into, don't pay attention to, don't listen to, don't get bogged down by all of the negativity that is around you, because there's always going to be negativity around you. Always. There's a lot, and we're feeling it a lot more. Maybe we're feeling it a lot more because in these 5 to 6 to 7 months, 2 years from now, I'm going to be like, in these 48 months, we have gotten more in touch with ourselves, more in touch with our feelings, more in touch with our thoughts, more in touch with how things are affecting us. And so maybe that's why we're feeling it a little more. But don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you and get you off of your path. Chadwick Boseman fought to the end. And he fought through every bit of what he was fighting through, every bit of his life falling apart, his life literally dying. He fought through all of that to shine his light on us. So if we're going to honor him, if we're going to honor Kobe, if we're going to honor Prince, if we're going to honor, who else died recently? John Lewis.
Who's John Lewis?
He was an activist. I will tell you about him in a minute. After
was that one of the guys who died in the 17-year-old shooting? No.
I'll talk to you about him in a second. A civil rights activist, and he just did a lot. So I'll tell you about him when I'm off of tea time. We've lost a lot of people. But that's what life is. It starts and it stops. And we have to keep going. Because we've got a big fight, a huge fight, and we cannot sleep on it. We cannot let anything else deter us from the path that we're on right now, which is to try to get this fool out of the White House, get this country back in shape, and focus on living. Focus on living. Focus on living. And you know what else is on my mind right now? Which has nothing to do with anything I'm talking about. But what's on my mind right now is my daughter just celebrated her 4-year anniversary of dating somebody. And I tell you what, you better tell that boy he don't have a whole nother year. I'm not playing. Either he gonna marry you or not. I put it down like that. Give me his number. I'm gonna call him. That's been on my mind all morning before I even knew she was gonna be on here. What the hell are you waiting for? Marry my baby or don't. Let her find somebody else that's gonna be there and marry her. Look, I don't have time for this. Pissing me off.
Chelsea doesn't want to be married?
No, Chelsea does. Chelsea will marry him, so he better get to asking. Get on top of his damn game.
You know she could ask him, right?
No, she ain't gonna ask him. He better ask her. And if he doesn't, he just move on. Move on, damn it, move on.
Wouldn't part of women's equality be?
No, ain't nothing equal about this. He's gonna ask her, or she gonna move on. I put my foot down. That's the end of that. Tell him he does not have a whole nother year. Work it out. Figure it out. Get it together. Right? It is my choice.
No, it's not. It's hers.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. That man knew after 2 years if he was going to or not. That's right. He doesn't get any more time wasting my baby's time. I need some grandbabies at some point. Not right now. Not right now. But at some point, look, wasting my baby's time, my precious. No, it's not about to happen. Oh, well, look, Chelsea, we about to be, all of us tea time is going to show up at his front door talking about what the hell you waiting for. I'm about to start a petition on moveon.org. You got to ask him about it. And no, I'm not asking him. I asked him to date, and we've been dating. You asked him to date? Oh, Chelsea. Really? Tell you what, I'm going to start a petition on moveon.org. That's what I'm about to do. Chelsea Mack needs to move on.
If you pay me, I'll
Anyway,
do the whole thing.
All right, guys. Enough is enough. I'm going to get off of this feed. We're about to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We're going to go see some stuff. What pisses me off about that, you won't be able to see any video or any pictures because they don't allow pictures.
Really?
Yes, I did, because I do what I want and go for what I want. I'm not scared. Yeah, okay, but he look, he needs to, you can't be asking him, he needs to go for it. He needs to go for it. Anyway, we'll have another conversation about that. Once the time limit has passed and he has not asked you, we're gonna be on your head to let that man go. Either get up, shit. What's it? Shit or get off the pot. That's what it is. Shit or get off the pot. All right, guys. I'm gonna go though, because we got to get to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We have to get to the Cuyahoga Park. Where's Sully? Sully, why haven't you been talking? Have I missed comments from you? It's been me, Stace, and Steve, and Chelsea, and Bernadette, and I haven't seen Sully. What's the time? He does not have another year. That's it. In this next year, you will not be celebrating 5 years of being together as dating. Either you marry or you don't. Move
you ever
on.
thought that maybe that they're engaged? She just didn't want to.
They're not engaged.
How would you know?
Because Chelsea would have told me. She's not going to get engaged and let me know. Hush, H.M.
Maybe she wanted to wait until Christmas.
No. Anyway, no, because he has to ask me for her hand in marriage. So he hasn't done that yet. Anyway, hush, H.M. So we're gonna go. We got to get on the road so we can get to doing what we need to do today. I will chat with you guys tomorrow. I think what we're going to do tomorrow is going to move our tea time to 2:00 Eastern. And I know that might not work for everybody. Sully's heart is broken. Why is her heart broken? Oh, because no, we can't allow for that. We are all hurt, but find strength in his strength. That's honor him by finding strength in his strength. Look to that strength. That's the only thing I can think about. It's like, wow, he was way too young. Yeah, he was way too young. But I'm.
The funny thing is, he was 43. He looked like he was in his 30s.
I know he did look very young, but black don't cry. Yeah, that's hard. It's hard. What was I gonna say? Okay, so tomorrow, I know that it may not be a good time for some, but 2:00. Oh, crap! 2:00. Yeah, we have to move our tea time because I need to check out of the hotel, and the checkout for the hotel is 12:00, which means I can't do tea time at 12:00 because I will be on the road. And then Elaine is having her book reading and for her release of her book, the hard copy that's available on Amazon. I put the link on the page, so if you haven't ordered your book, order your book. And we're going to host her, I'm going to co-host with her. Tomorrow, we will probably only go to Facebook because she's doing her thing on Zoom. So we're going to join her conversation. And so we'll do that 2:00 Eastern time, which would be 11:00 California time, and 1:00 Central. But we'll need to do that so that I can get to my next location and be able to do that. So I'll post the information for that on the page. Actually, we'll just be going to the page live at 2:00 tomorrow. So I will see you all tomorrow. Let's all support our tea timer. Let's support. The last time she had her book reading, none of us showed up. That's just trifling. We're supposed to support our tea timer. None of us, including me. I'm part of us. So we're supposed to support our tea timers. So we're going to show up tomorrow. If you can, if it's not too late for you, please join in at 11, 1, and 2. In the meantime, we're about to get on the road, get a little bit of sightseeing in, and I will check in with you guys later. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. Thank you for joining me here today and every day. You know I love you guys. Hey, Pam, I see you. And I will see you here tomorrow, 2, 1, and 11.